but there were some more inquiries to be done before we could say almost conclusively that potentially there was foul play. My name is Katie Junius. I'm a Detective Chief Inspector and I was the Senior Investigating Officer for Op Broome, which was the murder of Annette Smith. So I originally received a call from the on-call DI to say that she'd been briefed about a missing person and she had some concerns around the circumstances of the lady going missing. This was Annette, and the information that the police had been given on this occasion was that she'd left the location of her own free will and gone off with a friend of hers. There was no CCTV which could corroborate the fact that she had left the location, no witnesses, and there were no inquiries that could confirm that she actually was alive, safe and well somewhere. So we really didn't know what had happened, but the on-call DI had those concerns and I shared those concerns with her, but there were some more inquiries to be done before we could say almost conclusively that potentially there was foul play. So when a person is reported missing, there are several lines of inquiry that the police will follow to try and establish where they might have gone, and obviously to try and locate that person safe and well. That is the main objective. The first thing we would do is to search the location that they've gone missing from and their home address if that's not the same, speak to their family and friends, and do maybe some financial work, CCTV inquiries, house to house, etc. Anything to try and capture evidence of that person being alive and to give us some leads as to where they might have gone. And usually, in the first sort of 24 hours or so, there are inquiries that can lead to the whereabouts of that person, but sometimes those inquiries prove negative, and for example, there might not be any financial transactions. There's no CCTV, or maybe they're captured on CCTV to a certain point, but after that there's no evidence of that person on CCTV. So it's basically, it gets to a point where you're looking for proof of life. You're doing proof of life inquiries to try and establish whether it is likely that person is still alive but maybe doesn't want to be found, or whether something's happened to that person. I think it does provide an insight into what it's like and the difficulties that we can face, and there's lots of great dramas on the telly that are really exciting, and that's not always truly representative of what policing is. So I think to be able to show what we do and how we do it, hopefully it does show that the good that we can do, and hopefully it can be inspiring. It's bringing people to justice. It's taking a dangerous person off the streets, but it's getting those answers for the family, and trying to understand what happened and to be able to provide that explanation to the family and to give them some element of justice. You're never going to bring that person back. You can never change what has actually happened, but at least show it matters, and that person is worth investigating. Spending all those hours and all of those inquiries, that person is worth all of that.